Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so listen, man. I want to apologize to all the viewers on the channel who really enjoy my Japanese boxing coverage. You know, I've been slacking on it a little bit just because I've been traveling a lot, and it's just been hard to sit down and really do these videos. So I'm gonna rev up my Japanese boxing coverage again because you guys know that that's a big part of the channel, covering Japanese boxing from the American perspective. So listen, apart from Inoue, if there's any Japanese fights in the last month or two that you haven't seen a video on, let me know in the comments and I will get to it, because I'm only one man and sometimes it's hard to keep track of everything going on in boxing. But anyway, this is the road to Inoue versus Louis Nery. And you know, Louis Nery had some pretty choice words for Inoue, and I gotta say, man, I gotta be honest, I like the fact that Louis Nery is talking about Inoue the way he's talking about him, because I feel like in boxing these days, B-side fighters sometimes, when they fight guys like Inoue, guys like Canelo, guys like Joshua, fighters who have big status and bring big money to the table, sometimes they're a little too respectful, and I don't like that. I like my fighters to be a little disrespectful, you know, and not in terms of like the opponent's abilities, but in terms of like, you know, just knowing that they can win the fight, and don't go on there being too friendly with the fighters, you know. So Inoue had some choice words or Nery had some choice words for Inoue, rather. Here's what he said about Inoue heading into the fight. He stated the following, and I quote, "Inoue is a very good fighter, and this is the biggest fight of my career. 4 titles are on the line, but I've seen his fights, and I think he's overrated. I think he's an ordinary fighter, or at least that's how it appears to me. I'm going there looking for the knockout. I'm not going to Japan to look for a decision. I have the typical Mexican style. I like to come forward. I like throwing punches. I'm prepared to go 12 rounds, but I hope it doesn't go 12 rounds. I want it to end early. You will see a conditioned, stronger, faster, and intelligent Louis Nery who hits hard." He then went on by saying, and just bear with me, but he then went on by saying, I quote, "He's a physically smaller fighter, a normal fighter just like the rest. It could be the upset of the year if I beat him. Inoue is not a dummy. He knows how to fight. He's not incredible in my opinion, but I think it can be a back and forth fight. I see that he's a fast fighter. He's intelligent. He has a lot of power, apparently. Those are his strong points. His weak point is that he opens up when he throws, and that's where I come in." And he feels like he's getting a lot of confidence from the Marlon Tapales fight, because he said, I quote, "I saw the Tapales fight. Tapales is a B-rated fighter. To me, he's not good, and he lasted 10 rounds and made things difficult for Inoue. Maybe Foreign is the best one in Inoue's career, but Foreign didn't throw many punches, and he was scared." So there you go. You know, and then he had comments about the Japanese Boxing Commission banning him, and you know, just look, he's very confident about the fight, and I'll leave the article for you guys down below. He's a huge underdog. I mean, Nery is a plus 800 betting underdog, and that's crazy. That kind of shows you right now the perception of how great people think Inoue is, because Louis Nery ain't no trash fighter. Louis Nery is a legit top-rated world-class fighter, you know, former champion. And he's a plus 800 betting underdog, with Inoue being a minus 1,400 favorite. So that being said, yeah, like, I don't think Inoue is ordinary. I don't think he's ordinary. His career has shown us otherwise that he's not. But he has to be confident in his abilities, because he's up against a very, very, you know, world-class fighter in Inoue. He feels like he could open up. Inoue opens up too much, and his defense ain't the best, so he has to go in there and exploit it. Now, I do think that and I've been saying this ever since this fight got signed, I do think that one of the benefits that Inoue has going in his favor is that, you know, he's already seen Nery get stopped by Brandon Figueroa. And Brandon Figueroa stopped him with a liver shot. Now, when you're a southpaw fighter, your liver is exposed. So if you're orthodox into southpaw, you know, some of the key punches that could be detrimental to a southpaw be either the left hook to the body, the straight right hand to the body, the jab to the stomach. Those are all punches that tend to bode well for aggressive, power punching orthodox fighters versus southpaw fighters. You know what I'm saying? So he's up against it, and I think Inoue I think they're gonna game plan for that shot, and they're gonna go ahead and try to get him out of there. Now, the over-under for the fight, for my betting people out there, the over-under for the fight is 6.5 rounds. So bet at your own peril. We know that in the past, when guys have talked like a Fulton, like a or even like Emmanuel Rodriguez's dad shoving Shingo Inoue, Inoue's had the best performances of his career when dudes talk shit to him. That's just the truth. Louis Nery is talking shit to him, and not just that. There's a lot of history going on with this fight because of the Yamanaka situation from years ago, and so he's not just fighting as Inoue. He's not just fighting as the quote-unquote billboard of his country, but he's fighting as a guy that is fighting for the pride and dignity of his country. And it would be very, very bad on his part, honestly, if he were to get upset and beat up by Louis Nery at the Tokyo Dome. I mean, that would cause quite a stir. And I would even say it like this, man. This might be the upset of the year. If Nery does pull it off, it could be the upset of the year. Only because look at the odds. Look at the situation he's fighting in. Look at the level of greatness Inoue is operating at right now. It's kind of like, I hate to sound like I'm being a fanboy, because I'm not being a fanboy, but like it's kind of like when Mayweather or Roy Jones would fight really good fighters, but the really good fighters would always be looked at as nothing because those guys were operating at such a high level, and that's the level he's reached in his career. You know what I'm saying? Nery also is coming off of a fight against Azar Hovhannisyan, which was a classic fight. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. And he said from that fight he learned to not be overconfident, and that, you know, he's learned that he needs to train more, and he's trained more for this fight. He's trained nearly 3 months for this fight, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully he doesn't overtrain for this fight, because that is a thing too. You know, as fighters in camp, you need to know, your team needs to know when to bring the reins in so that you peak at the right time, right on fight night. So, yeah, that's the news. Louis Nery calls Naoya Inoue overrated, overconfident, and ordinary. I know that there's going to be a lot of people here on this channel that disagree with that, but I know there's people out there that do agree with that, because they don't quite see what all the fuss is about when it comes to Inoue, and they feel he needs to move up a little bit more, fight maybe some more recognized fighters here in the States before, you know, people here give him his credit. But what do you guys think? I want to hear from the untouchable True School Sports Empire audience, because this is the road to Inoue versus Nery. What do you guys think? What say you guys? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't mince your words. Be specific. Tell me what you really feel about Nery's comments. Do you think Inoue is overrated, overconfident, ordinary, the 3 O's, or is he just talking himself into a major ass whooping? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterbury, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.